Hey y'all, it's Val here at Crafts by You. Thank you for clicking on my video. Today I wanted to share with you a fun paper crafting gift type of an item that is just using your scraps, using your stash, and possibly some items that you can upcycle from your kitchen. So wanted to share that with you today. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, stick around. So I definitely have been wanting to work on my little tea album. It's kind of like where I would put in teas that I've had or I've drank and just notes about what I thought about them. And I wanted to share some of my teas with my friends because I ordered these Corel Capek teas. I specifically get them from Rainbow Holic in Japan. And so she's done collaborations with them as well, but they're really, fun teas and everything. And I knew about doing a tea album from another YouTuber. I'll put her name below. But she was working off of a collection, and I still don't have that many full collections of product. Maybe you do, and if so, that would be really good to work with then. But for me, it was difficult because I didn't have like all the pieces that matched everything. So, and then also she was doing it for a smaller size tea bag. What do I mean? You can get like your traditional size tea bag size. How big is this? This is like 2.5 by 3. But then you also have ones that are 3 by 3.5. So you see the difference in size. And so the ones that I was getting from Japan, they're more this size. So I wanted to make albums for both. I think this is more common, so I'm gonna show you all this one, but I'll also give you measurements for doing the larger one like this. If you didn't wanna use them for tea, that's fine. You could put tags in here, just like a regular little mini album, right? Put tags in there, stamp them with whatever, like stamp sets if you wanna keep it thematic, or you wanna put little positive messages in there. But yeah, this one though was with some paper from Stamperia, and I really love this collection. And I didn't have enough of the sheets because again, I didn't have a full-blown collection, but I just took just some paper, some of my Stampin' Up paper, and did a panel on it with the leftover pieces. So starting with a 12 by 12 sheet is where we want to go with either one of these, whether you do the smaller or the larger. But then I just basically took some other little cut aparts in that that collection from Stamperia, and took those and cut them out and just adhered them to the sides to kind of give me more dimension. Inked up the edges, and that was it. And then here we use like one of these little, hook and loop closures, Velcro dots. These are just some from the Dollar Tree. You get like 20, I think, for $1.25. And then just teas from my stash, right? Because you want to share and you want other people to try things maybe they don't usually get. So this was, again, for the larger size tea bags. I really like that collection. And it was appropriate, right? So got all these Japanese teas and put them in some Japanese paper collection. And then this one, again, for the normal, like most average size tea bag would fit in here. So for this one, we've got it with a few little fun elements. And even though this paper didn't come with this collection, this was one of those like Michael's packs. I just took it and added stickers from even like a Happy Planner album. Let me see. I'm saying album, but like some of these types of sticker books, because you end up having so much stuff you just don't use. And I thought, why not use the stickers to decorate? So that's what I did on here, because I wanted something that would just kind of be fun and friendly and happy. And even though I didn't glue these down, they're old stickers that I had from a little book. And I think I must have got them from like the 99 cents and under store like 10 years ago, probably, like some of the first little stickers I found. But they're tea themed, and I thought that was cute. And they had little bees, and I even put some flowers, kind of like steam from your cup of tea. And then in here, it's like you can just throw in some nice little wellness teas. Again, I just kind of put different ones that I had, lavender chamomile. So a fun little cute gift that you can send. You could also just put a few of the tea bags in here and then one for your message. If you didn't want to decorate the inside cover, you could stamp it with your sentiment, you know, get well soon or thinking of you or whatever little sentiments you have. So again, that's more that traditional size, and that's what I'm going to show you today. I will say, I was thinking about this, that we have these little trays you can get from the Dollar Tree, but I thought how cute if you put together a little package where you had maybe a hanky, or if you want to paint and decoupage the little tray, you could totally do that with the theme. Again, other ways that you can use your scraps. This little spoon I've gotten, it's from a little thrift store around here, and they would, you know, as a kid, I would always look for these different state spoons, and they come in different ways. But even if you didn't have one of these that you're gonna give, you can also order little metal spoons, or even maybe the Dollar Tree. I know they have those little forks, so maybe they'll have the little miniature spoons as well. But just thought that was something cute. But how nice if somebody gave you this whole little setting with a little tea album. I just thought that would be sweet. So I'm gonna again show you how I did these. I have one that's mostly done right now, but let's get into it, okay? All right, so to start off, again, you want 12 by 12 paper. I'm gonna show you a few little steps, even though I've got one that's partially ready. I'm gonna do it with you all. So let me get my trimmer out, and we're gonna start with, like I said, 12 by 12 paper. We want the cover to be 11 inches wide and 3.5 inches tall. So we'll start there with that 11 inches and cut this down. All right, and then we're gonna go for 3.5. I'm hoping y'all can see this. 3.5, and we'll come down like that. All right, so we've got the premise. Now, what you want to pay attention to with this, and that's what I'm gonna tell you all. I'm gonna tell you, I know you all can cut and score and do all of that. I'm just gonna let you know along the way little things that, you know, can be little hiccups that you want to watch for. So one is with paying attention to your pattern. So when you've got something that's kind of all over the place, it really doesn't matter. There's no true up or down, but pay attention to your pattern if, you know, if you care about that thing, right? So, you know, we're gonna score it and you can still flip it around, but I'll show you what I mean. So this is gonna be, I probably would use this for the outside cover. So I'm just gonna flip it over. And plus it's easier to score without the pattern in the way. So what we're gonna do is score this one at 3 1/4, 3 1/4. Oh, and I'm gonna slide this trimmer down so I don't trim it. So score it, and score it lightly. Don't go ham, because even if you have high quality paper, like this paper is from a Stampin' Up collection, and their paper is a good quality. But even so, if you push too hard, you can get it a little deeper than you want it to. All right, so 3 1/4. Then we're gonna go over to 4 3/4 or 3/4. All right, this is the front cover and a spine. So now we need to do what's essentially the back cover. So we're gonna take our measurement and go over to 8 inches and score there. And then we're gonna go to 9 1/2. And this will be the little flap that's gonna come in and flip over the front. So they're lightly scored. We're just gonna go ahead and do them this way. So now you've got the actual book and then the flap coming over the front. Okay, so that's the basis of it. If you have a trimmer, go ahead, or not a trimmer, a corner rounder, you can go ahead and do that now, just so that it's done and out the way, but of course you don't have to. This is just what I did. So you got your corner rounder, and there's your book. Anything else about this? Not really. You kind of just get right into the next part of it. You can put your little hook and loop closure if you would like to, but I kind of just wait to the end. So I'll put this to the side. So then next, for the small, again, we're doing the smaller one. We're gonna do the pocket pages. So let me grab another sheet and again, pieces, and that's why I say if you got like a little collection you wanna use up, this is a good way to do it. So for the pocket pages, they're gonna be 3 1/2 by 6 1/2. So we go here, and I'm gonna do this hopefully in one cut. So if we can get the trimmer piece up here. All right, so 3.5, and we're going to 6.5. So I'm just turn this around, and I know you all can't fully see it, but yeah, let me just, let me flip it. I want you all to see it. That's the reason I'm doing it. All right, so on this one, come back up here and cut it. And I think I got it right on, but let's just double check. Oh, see, nope, that's about right. So I'm gonna just take that piece, essentially. And for scoring, let me show you where it would go. So I'll take one that is already completed for that. For scoring, you're gonna want your score lines to look like so. I'm gonna kind of bend these so that they'll show up better on camera. And then I'll also show you one more thing with measuring. So this is kind of what we're looking at. The way we did this is that we took this and we scored it at 1/4 inch here. We scooted this over to 3 1/4. And then we scooted it over to 6 1/4. Sometimes for me, I know I need these 1/4 inches. So I'll just do 1/4 inch score, flip it around, 1/4 inch score, and then put it over in here to 3.5. Or excuse me, 3 1/4. Let me show you so that it's clear. 3 1/4. All right. The other thing that you can do is if you're folding it in half, then that's another way is that you would know. Yeah, that's how you know. Then what you want to do is look for the top of your paper, right? Flip it back to your pattern. If it's up here, then at the bottom, wherever you want the bottom to be, that bottom is where you're going to also score 1/4 inch. All right. So if you need to turn it this way, I'm left-handed, so I feel like, excuse me, there would be 1/4. I feel like I'm left-handed, and so I do things kind of backwards, so hopefully that makes it clear. All right, so once you've got this, I'm gonna move this out the way. Find some scissors and some score tape. All right, so you've got your edges done. We're working on what will be the inside. So I'm gonna take a pen and just draw this so you can see the cuts that I'm gonna make. So one of the cuts starts at this bottom right. And here's, okay, before I do this, here's how I know. I'm essentially gonna fold this over. This will be the front of my pocket. The left side is gonna be the hinge in the book. It's what's gonna keep it in there. So let's say on this one, no, but this one I'm using it in a different album, so it doesn't matter. But this is gonna be the hinge. All right, so when you're making these folds, the idea is that this is gonna create a bottom. We'll fold it over. This will be the front. This top piece is gonna be the hinge in the book that we're gonna adhere to the book. And then this piece in the back is gonna fold in so that it creates the pocket. All right, so you may decide, oh, you know, I wanna do it a different way, or I wanna use a different side to face out. Whatever that is, just determine now how you want it facing. So for me, I want it this way. I want those flowers going up. I already scored at the bottom, so that helps me know it's the bottom. So that's what we're gonna do, all right? So on the inside, these are the cuts that you're gonna wanna make. So we're gonna want to do an angle cut here. Just doing it with this pen so you can see it. I'm gonna cut this corner piece out because this piece is gonna fold in, and that's gonna go in the book as the spine. All right, down here, I'm gonna cut an angle there, and I'm gonna cut this over here so that all of this is coming out. This is gonna be cut out. This will be cut out. And now here at the bottom, this whole section is gonna be cut out, and it's gonna make this little angle there. All right, so let's do that. We're gonna take the scissors and cut there, cut this whole corner piece off. We're gonna cut here at this angle and then go on and cut this part off. Some of you who are pros at this, you've probably already completed the whole thing by now, but I just wanna make sure if someone's new to this, they understand what we're doing. So we're gonna have a piece like this, all right? And again, this piece will get glued and this piece will be glued so that these create the pocket for your tea bag. This piece is gonna come over and be sealed down, and then this outer portion, because again, that folded piece makes it even up until this flap. This flap is gonna be glued into the book, all right? So then that means I have my second one here that I've done. That means that I need tape to be on this edge, on the back side, you know, on this one, this bottom piece, and on this one, it's gonna be here. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Well, you know what we'll do? We'll go ahead and do our notches first, and then fold this one and then go with the last one, okay? All right, for the notches, we're gonna do the notches beforehand, or the finger holes, right? Because once you glue it to try to get your hole punch in there, it'll be a problem. So I've got this one, it's 1.5 inch from Stampin' Up, or wherever you got it from, it's fine. It's no need to like have a specific one. And you could either like measure this and say, okay, here's the dead center, but just kind of eyeballing it seems to be fine. And remember, whatever your inside pattern is, a lot of times if we have single-sided paper, that's like we get a lot of that because it's more inexpensive. So we might just tend to collect that a lot. So if, in that case, you wouldn't have anything on the inside to worry about in terms of a pattern, but we're kind of all using the same pieces, so it's okay. So I'm just gonna go here, put my hole here, and on this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same. If you want to get real specific, you can take the piece you cut out and line it up with the other one, but it's not that serious for me. For me, it's not. All right. So on this one that we already got here, let me get these tweezers. It'll be a little bit easier to go with. Did I do this one? Let's see. This is going. Let me make sure I got this right. All right. Hold up a second. Let me double check it. This is why I kind of set things out. Let's see. All right. Okay, see, I did this one incorrectly. All right, so that's okay. I'm gonna just take it, and because it is, I bet y'all were hollering at me. Well, I can do two things. I can either leave this on here, or I can peel it on up. Let's see. Let's try peeling it up first, all right? Because you won't be seeing it, so it really won't matter. I know I was looking at that, I was like, did I really do that right? I'm always questioning myself. Okay, so the nice thing with this is it'll kind of roll off. And again, you won't see it, so it's no big deal. So let's do that. Yeah, I was like, wait a second, this should be on the back side. Okay, another thing. When you do these 1/4 inches, sometimes it feels like your 1/4 inch tape may be like hanging off a bit. That's okay, it's worked out fine, but if you wanted to, you could go with the smaller tape. I'm just gonna come in here, put it down. There we go. All right, so boom. All right, then of course too, you could use art glitter glue or some other adhesive, but I do like using the tear and tape. All right, so let's burnish this a little bit more. And pull this up. And on this one, we'll pull that up, move these off the way. And again, we're gonna just kind of hold this down and fold this over. All right, there we go. So that gives us the pocket we need. We already put the notch there. So this is the flap that will go into the book. All right, so let's do the same for this one. And just use this one. Maybe it's easier to see also. Now, if you want to bother with like cutting things, you know, at an angle, you can do that or not. Again, it's up to you. Come over here, put this down. Alrighty. And then on this side, we're gonna do it on the back side. Yeah. Wait, stop, think about it. All right. So again, we'll go like this, and this goes in the book. And I just try to talk, look, even if I'm not filming, I'm talking myself through it because I need it to make sense as I go through. And if I just start rambling on, I will forget what the heck I'm doing. So, okay, let's pull this up, tweezers. Fat fingers are not cooperating, so pull out the tweezers. And even with this, if you had like a little extra overhang, just roll it onto itself and you'll be fine. I don't want anybody to have to run out and get adhesive. I mean, you could use some anything. Also, when you start using this tape, if you use it and you feel like, okay, I'm gonna use a score tape or double-sided tape, and then I just need a little wiggle room, put down your glue stick on top of it, and then that gives you a little bit of time. It won't stick as quickly because now that glue stick has to dry, but it allows it not to grip so quickly that you don't have time that, oh, I didn't line it up properly. You know, you've got time. All right, so then we got that. Those two pieces here are two pockets that we're gonna use. So I'm not gonna put them in here. Instead, I'm gonna put them in one that I've already started. And this is where a little tip on decorating another one comes from. I have this lemon juice, this like bougie lemon juice I get from Costco. And it's got these really pretty lemons on there. So I cut that out and just decided that I would do a little wrap on here. And so that's what I did. I just kind of wrapped the edges and just used art glitter glue. And I probably could have smoothed it out better, but just wanting to show you all. Got my little Velcro closure there, a scrap that I had from another project, from some Stampin' Up! Glitter paper, just to kind of put something here. Sometimes I'm like thinking, oh, I want to put like a gem, whatever floats your boat, all right? And I had some extra of the paper that I used and just did a little stencil on it. I have a tea bag stencil that I got from Stencil Girl. Just did that and fussy cut it just to add another element to it. Inside, I had these clear stickers. Again, that came from the Happy Planner sticker book. I just wanted to add another element. Over here, I have some dies from Crafter's Companion, the Vintage Tea Party Toppling Teacups. So 3 different sizes of teacups, and just took that, cut that out, and actually added some more of those Happy Planner stickers just to kind of be like the steam coming up from there. Then I had this spoon. This is from Avriel. I took that on some of that same paper because you see it's the gray that's from the cover. Stamped on that, added a little bow that I fussy cut out, little teacup spoon. So just a few little elements. These already have some tea in them. And so what we'll do is we'll put these next ones in here. And the way I'm gonna start is I'm gonna start at the back. Again, you could score this if you really need to, but we're just gonna eyeball it. And again, if you need to use glue stick on here so it doesn't stick as fast. The only thing I'd say is that just go ahead and line them up with the other pages, top and bottom, and you can feel it. And don't put it right on top of the score line. Come a little bit before, and then put that down. All right. And then this one's a little crooked because I'm not doing anything perfect. It's just not me. My signature is imperfection. So I'm gonna come in here, and again, I'm just gonna hold my top and bottom, and that way I know where it's going, and right there works fine. And we've got our tea bag spots right here. And I know I had one of those tea bags laying around here, and I don't see where I put it. So, anyway, but yeah, these will fit in and out. So a fun way to share with your friends. And like I said, you've got items around the home that you can use. Another thing that you can do in terms of decorating these, maybe you have extras of napkins. So this I thought would be kind of a fun napkin to use, and either use it to decoupage the album, use it for the pockets, you know, just pull the plies apart and use those. That would be a way to use these up if you didn't have maybe a lot of collections like with me. Or you can make it more mixed media and just paint it, you know. But either way, I just think that that's a really fun little project. And to kind of put something in there. Oh, here's the tea. Put something in there for a friend so that they can know you're thinking about them and want them to get well. Or it could be like a little spa theme. I mean, whatever you want to do, it's fun to give somebody a gift that you get to put your own spin on, and it doesn't have to cost a lot, and you can use up your stash in the process. So hope you all like that. Like I said, I'll put down the measurements for the smaller tea album and the larger one in the comments below, or not in the comments, in the description below. And then that way you can make them as you wish. But let me know what you're thinking about doing, or if you've done these before. If you have pictures, feel free to visit me over in Crafts by You, the Facebook group, and we'll let you in, and love to see what you're doing with your crafting. And that's about it. All the YouTube stuff, if you could thumbs the video up. I hope you're already subscribed, but if not, please hit the subscribe button. It's totally free. And hit that notification bell so you'll know when I put out another video. Thanks, friends. I'll talk to you soon. Happy crafting.